we are. First full week of Maine deer season. Monday morning, started off the morning 24 degrees. Cool and crisp, but no snow. We want snow. The plan today is, I'm meeting Dad this morning to a spot, so we're gonna hunt our way to the camp today. It's funny how this works. We got a spot with 4 or 5 deer all of a sudden that showed up past couple days going back and forth. And it's pretty hot. Yeah, never hunted here. Kind of looking around, see some deer tracks, put up a camera. Makes you want to get in a deer's head, you know. Something over here in this area has these deer coming in and out. You know, we can speculate what that is, but it would be nice to get inside a deer's head. Know exactly what he's got going on. Or maybe it wouldn't, maybe it'd be a little bit crazy. Oh, there's the man right there. You beat me.
Just got here.
Nice morning, huh?
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful morning to go.
Yeah, I'll hear you walking down through the cut. What's the game plan?
Go down here and go there and go into the cut and see if we can see anything. Maybe walk the perimeter. And then if we don't, maybe we'll see something going in and out of the mature forest or whatever. We can, I don't know, we'll go into that other cut anyway. Take a look around.
Right, go back in. You know, it's tough hunting the big woods of northern Maine when there's no snow. Your best bet, you know, you're trying to find some buck sign. And where we can find the most buck sign is where we're going to spend the most time. Split up. We're gonna divide and conquer. We're gonna kind of circumvent this cut. See what we can see for a sign. See all kinds of buck tracks from here. It's the whole thing is kind of like a game of cat and mouse. You're looking for buck sign. They were there at some point in time. So deer are traveling at night through some of the areas where we have cameras. But they got to be somewhere during the day. So where the heck are they? What'd you say? All kinds of droppings.
Yeah, I haven't found any droppings.
Down in that corner. Over in that corner, there's a scrape.
Oh, okay. And usually if there's any alders or anything, you know how they scrape them right at the edge of the go in and out. I didn't see any reps, I mean.
It's quiet.
Oh, a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day.
Man, when you start finding buck sign, rubs, scrapes, it gets the blood pumping. You know you're onto something. You're making progress. You're at least headed in the right direction. You got something to work with. You know what, I hate to sound like a broken record, but God, when there's no snow in the big woods in northern Maine, it's tough. And you can feel kind of like it's kind of like looking for a needle in a haystack. A lot of times you feel like you're alone in the middle of nowhere. And I guess sometimes you are. $11:30. Are we deer hunting or bird hunting? Well, we'll go check out this deer trail. We haven't checked it this year, have we?
We haven't. We used to hunt here for a while.
Yeah, it didn't hunt here much last year. Rough getting in.
Just about where you'd expect to see it, huh, Paul?
Yeah, just like clockwork. So we finally get a morning with a little skiff of snow. And not much, just enough where you could see a track and know for certain it was fresh. Because that snow had just happened that morning. That kind of changes your psyche a little bit. Snow didn't last long, but at least we had a little bit. Just to hone in things a little bit better. It was that deer tracks going across this guy. It's hard to tell, but it's going right up in there. That's one good thing about, at least when you're tracking deer, you come through all kinds of new areas and you find stuff like this. Sometimes they're right full of brook trout. Mark them on your GPS, come back in the summertime. Get a nice little fishing spot that no one even knew existed. What'd you like best about that?
I'm back to the truck.
See any deer?
One bull moose.
Yeah, he was probably the one that was grunting down there early this morning.
Down by the beaver dams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went way in
I followed your tracks.
and then went out to the road and came back in.
When I saw the bull, those beaver dams were on my left, and I wasn't far from leaving your tracks. You'd gone up that brook like I had on the opposite side.
Yeah.
And so I cut across the beaver dam, and I come out in the back corner of that second cut where you said you saw there's an old skid trail that comes through there. Coming up in there, Paul, there was tracks in the mud that I thought, man, I tried to find some snow.
You were following them.
Yeah,
Because I saw your boot prints. I'm like, Dad must have come down the corner of the cut.
I did.
But, so I saw 3 scrapes down in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But when I left you, there was a deer track in the snow.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, I tried to follow that a little bit to see if it was in the snow, but all the snow or pretty much all had gone. He didn't.
It was probably the one that crossed the
Yeah.
cut.
Yeah. He come up out of the, it was fresh. I thought, man, that's got to be. So did he go up in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Time for a sandwich?
Time for a sandwich.
Lunchtime.
Right in that cut.
Listen to them. They're right down there.
Suppose they got killed? There's a raven down there. One off to the left.
Yeah. So that day the snow didn't stick around long, but we did see a lot of buck sign going into a spot near this ridge. And there was a lot of bucks going in and out, a lot of rubs, a lot of scrapes. So on this day we felt like that was a quality place to spend some time. A lot of good buck sign and no snow. Get in there and just kind of hang out, poke around, see what you can turn up. Plan going up on the ridge.
Yeah, I think that's the plan, Paul. I'm going to go up and sit down.
Sit.
Sit.
There's been several bucks coming back and forth across here, so we'll go up on this ridge and hang out. I guess for as long as we can. I forgot to put my contacts in this morning. That's kind of not like that, but whatever. Dad tracked a buck yesterday in the leaves coming down off that ridge, right down to here. Crossed here somewhere. You weren't sure where.
Just about 100 yards up there, I left it, thinking it would probably come down here and cross,
Right here.
and I couldn't find his track here.
No, I don't see anything.
Maybe he turned around before he come across the road.
They can be road shy,
They can.
big time.
You
You going up there?
you want to go up and I can maybe show you where
Yeah.
where he was.
Let me grab my stuff. We just need snow. Can we just get some snow? Not looking good for the next week. Let me grab my crap. Get up there. As I'm going through the woods, I just thought of something. If you look down through the woods, right there, there's kind of looks like the body of a deer, kind of a horizontal structure going through the woods. And it's become more apparent to me since I've had kids hunting, and now they're starting to hunt. You know, I'll see something in the woods, and I think as hunters, we take it for granted. Like when you spend a lot of time in the woods and you're looking for this stuff, there are things that you cue in on that you don't inherently know you're doing. Like anytime I'm walking through the woods and I look up, like all the trees are vertical, right? My eyes are automatically drawn to like all those little horizontal structures in the woods. And then that, like I just looked over and was like honed right in. Like, is that a body of a deer? No, it's a blowdown. But those are things that stick out like a sore thumb to me. But since I've been, getting my kids into hunting, and my wife, who doesn't spend a lot of time in the woods hunting, and they'll see something and they just can't pick it out, can't see what I'm looking at. And it's one of those things where it becomes just a trained eye. It's not necessarily good eyesight. It's just training your eye what to look for. Like it looks at a place, it doesn't look normal. What is that? You do that bird hunting. I mean, a bird can look just like a stump broken off, coming up out of the leaves or whatever. But you're driving down the road, you can be going 30, 40 miles an hour and look over and just be like, I think it was a bird right there. Just doesn't look right, doesn't belong there. And hard to articulate. But when you're trying to teach people who are new at doing this stuff, and I'm finding that with my kids, it's becoming more apparent, I guess. You're always kind of cognizant of that something's new. They're not gonna, have all those little nuances that they're used to. But it's like there could be something like just like a bird, a partridge, or a deer. Even we saw one off the side of the road, and I mean it was right there, but it's motionless. And what's sticking out to me is some of the structures of the face. Like I can see a face looking at me, and it took them the longest time to figure out where it was. And it can be a struggle when you're teaching someone new to hunt and do this stuff. Especially when you could just pull up and shoot it or whatever. If it's a partridge or if it's a deer, you're like, it's right there. Frig, get a bowling alley to shoot at it. And then they miss the opportunity. It can be a little frustrating, but yeah, it's funny how I just was thinking that as I walk through the woods here, I'm like, oh, like that stuff just sticks out like a sore thumb to me. It's obvious. But I think, especially beginners, it definitely is not obvious. Like, just kind of everything looks the same, I think. And it takes a while to, all those little things. Figuring out, what am I looking for? Like, you're looking for a deer, but you're not going to see a whole deer standing in front of you down the woods. It's going to be a part. Could be the butt. Could be a white part of a tail. Could be, but you spend enough time in the woods, it doesn't look normal. And you know that eventually. But yeah, just a blowdown, but a quick, just a quick scan of the eyes. It's like, man, looks like the body of a deer standing there. That actually looks pretty fresh because we get some pretty hard rains the other day. You can see the big old track in the middle of it. I'm seeing more bucks on now that I get across that brook. See a couple scrapes. I figured, well, I'll sit down and take a break, hang out here, spend a little time here. Some bucks have spent some time here, so why don't I spend some time here? And I sit down here. Remember, I mentioned a lot of squirrels this year. See all kinds of squirrels. Oh, I look over beside on this log and looks like one little squirrel didn't have a very good ending. So, Listen to the stinking things. They're everywhere. Jeez, bro. Just going real slow. Came to another big scrape. Probably rubbed that tree a little bit too. Yeah, he just tickled his antlers on that tree. Seeing buck sign. Want to try to spend as much time around those areas as possible. Eventually, you're gonna run into one. A little scrape here. Nothing crazy. I'm seeing a lot of buck sign on this. There's a shelf, so I got the road down to my left, quite a ways down to my left. Comes up the ridge, kind of levels out right where I'm standing, and then up there is a cut. A lot of bucks traveling back and forth through here. Good place to spend some time. So I just came to a skid trail that goes down along this brook. When I hit the skid trail, I come out. We got a scrape right there. Scrape right here. And I can see another scrape right up there. I think that makes, 8 scrapes on the day? Through here. I'm sure as I go further, I'll see some more. Oh well. This whole skid trail's all tore up. Well, so far I'm up to 8 scrapes on this skid trail. There's number 7 over there. Number 8. How do we end up back at the truck at the same time?
Because we're on the same wavelength, Paul.
Did you see any sign?
Pardon? Yeah, I see. Took some pictures of some brand new rubs and stuff. And
14 scrapes and 1 rub. One buck put down 9 scrapes going up the skid trail right beside the brook.
Be down here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the first week, seeing lots of buck sign, ton of bucks on camera. But man, you need the snow. It's a game changer. If you're a deer hunter in northern Maine, like to track, it's tough. It's tough to be motivated. It just does something to your psyche once we get the snow. So we've honed in on a few good spots that are promising. A lot of bucks running through there, a lot of good buck sign, a lot of decent bucks, and we'll continue to hit those spots until the snow comes. Oh, and then this happened. Well, we're at the end of our first week of deer season, and it's being cut a little bit shorter. We had a little bit of an issue back in camp. We got back last night and Dad came out. We had high winds the other day. We get back to camp last night. And so we had a tree come down on Dad's shed. And we're thinking, well, maybe it missed the shed. Well, no, got the corner of it. We're like, all right, not that bad. Tractor's in the shed. But let's take a look inside here. Did a pretty good job on the back part of the shed. And Dad was thinking, well, good, tractor didn't get damaged. Well, not so fast. That metal pole right there came down the roof. Cracked his roof a little bit. So I have to get that fixed, but could have been worse. I don't think anything else was damaged in here. So the last day of our first week at deer camp is going to be spent cleaning up a tree and assessing damage. But it's going to be windy the next couple of days and warm, so we're not missing much. This is Friday. We still got today and tomorrow. We weren't going to hunt Saturday anyway, but we got like 40-mile-an-hour winds, and so we'll probably stay out of the woods here the next 2 days and be back at it next week. So I guess we're going to have to get this picked up. And I think Dad's on record saying Mom told him that tree needed to be cut down and he hadn't got to it yet. She hasn't said I told you so though. So that's good. Oh, let's get that taken care of. Yeah, it snapped her right off. Pick it up and tilt it off. How's it look up there? I'd call them out. Well, I guess that's the end of week 1 for us. After cleaning up the tree and all that fun stuff. That was kind of a surprise last night. Next 2 days are going to be today's 40-mile-an-hour winds. Tomorrow's 40-mile-an-hour winds. Alrighty. So I guess we'll be back up next week doing it again. I know some people have been successful this week, and if you found success this week in Maine, congrats, or anywhere for that matter. And we'll see you next week. So get outside. It's good.